Where does this road lead to? Access. Access to opportunities. Transportation is the bridge to opportunities. In Africa, millions of people every day struggle to get from point A to point B. In my country, Congo, just like in Kenya, where my teammate Wycliffe is from, access to opportunities depends a lot on chance. Like the chance to catch the right bus at the right time. I am one of the lucky ones who got the chance to grab the right opportunities that allow me to stand in front of you today. In Nairobi, most people are dependent on matatus. These are privatized and informal minibuses. Unlike New York, where buses have fixed fares and schedules, in Nairobi, we don't. This is a day in Nairobi. If I catch the bus at the main terminal, I will wait for it to be full before it moves on to the next stop. The bus doesn't know the demand along the route, hence it waits. If I catch it along the route, I will wait even longer. The bus will pass when it's already full. People often don't know when the bus will come, waiting up to 2 hours. And commuters often don't know what they will be charged. Inconsistent pricing can cause these commuters to lose up to 50% of their daily income. There are two bottlenecks: the unknown demand for the buses, which in turn causes the uncertainty for the commuters.
The solution? Magic Bus. We are the first company in Africa that aims to improve predictability in the bus system using offline technology. Our holistic approach increases certainty for both commuters and buses using something that they already have, a basic phone. Magic Bus is an offline application that allows the urban commuter to do three things: text to find a bus, text to pay using mobile money, and text to ride. Our robust ticketing system connects the bus to the commuter through a tablet installed in the bus, allowing the bus to know the demand along the route. This is how it works. The commuter dials a short code, selects pickup and drop-off locations. The commuter selects bus options based on estimated time of arrival and fare, and then pay using mobile money. No internet required. It is as easy as text, book, ride. Now commuters can benefit from certainty, increasing their chances of accessing opportunities.
This is no longer just a theory. With only $10,000, we have piloted extensively in Nairobi. In 9 weeks, we've seen more than 5,000 booked tickets with more than 2,000 unique users, 73% of who used Magic Bus more than 3 times. 1 out of every 4 commuters saved 1 hour per day. For informal workers, this could translate into $1 extra of income. Now, before entering a bus, commuters can compare fares and find the best price, enabling them to save up to half of their daily income. Here's the larger perspective. Every day in Nairobi, lost productivity equals $5.4 million. Certainty in transportation is a huge opportunity to increase GDP, as well as facilitate access to jobs, education, and healthcare. In fact, commuters love Magic Bus. Peter got home in time to finish his homework. Susan was able to spend more time with her son. The results of the pilot have far exceeded our wildest expectations. We were most excited to discover that Magic Bus enables the bus crews, teams of drivers and conductors, to double their income. Before Magic Bus, a driver makes 16 trips and waits about 20 minutes before starting each trip, meaning that there's 5 hours of lost productivity every single day. Saving time is crucial because drivers only earn income after paying the rental fee for the bus. The more trips he makes, the more income he earns. Now, the Magic Bus driver knows the demand along the route. His wait time reduces to 10 minutes, aggregating into 2 extra trips. He goes from earning $5 to $10 a day, doubling his income. This Magic Bus is a win-win for both commuters and bus crews. 5 bus cooperatives with 100 buses each have already agreed to use our service. With MIT's digital matatus, we will map the routes of African cities as we scale, allowing us to scale quickly to markets with the same criteria of high mobile adoption and informal transportation, doubling the incomes of 1.4 million drivers and conductors, impacting more than 24 million commuters across 29 cities. We charge each bus a 5% transaction fee per ticket. By year 2, we break even, operating on 10,000 buses by mid-2018 in 11 cities. We recover from the tablet cost by having each crew pay $1 daily installments. We are a team of resilient creators 100% committed to this mission. With Magic Bus, transportation becomes the bridge to access opportunities. Thank you.
Well done, Magic Bus. That's pitch number 1, and you guys can't see their clock. Literally, with 1 second left, they wrapped up. So, again, good. Who's going to start off our Q&A, judges? We'll put 5 minutes on the clock. Please, Brian.
So I have a question for the team, which is when the news of the great success of Nairobi hits the world, and other people want to do your business model, what is it, either in the application or your relationships, that makes it sustainable and competitively protected for you?
Yes, so we believe that competition is not avoidable. So just like Uber and Lyft, we're trying to be the Uber for public buses. And the way we do that, especially during our pilot, we have provided customer benefits to ensure loyalty. And these include discounts as well as incentives.
When I looked at the USSD menu, you only had about 8 or so locations. How do you make that dynamic? So if you're running in Eldoret, for example, how do you make it dynamic for wherever you are?
So the good thing with USSD is that it is menu-driven, so any location can be added to the menu. So right now, we have been piloted with 3 different cooperatives, and for each cooperative, it has a route. And for each route, it has different stops. So according to your route, you will be able to get access to your different stops for pickup and drop-off location.
What are the key risks to your business?
So one of our main risks is basically market-driven. So we know that societies such as Nairobi are very much cash-driven. So our solution is about mobile money, and we would like to basically see that change in behavior happen. And that will need to actually iterate our process for customer feedback as we grow.
You talk about 10, 11 cities. Have you thought about the externality? So, the willingness of the bus companies to embrace this technology, the willingness of the staff to embrace it, the regulation that you might have to deal with across the 11 cities?
So basically, we started with showing our metrics first, because you have to gain trust in order to operate in this market. So we started with free trial and then show our metrics, and that's why 5 cooperatives, each having 100 buses, have registered in us. We know that as we scale to other countries, there are some countries which don't have cooperatives. And so we want to expand the Kenyan model and show them that there are benefits that come with operating in cooperatives, and there is also an impact that we are providing, which is reducing waiting time and doubling the income. Yes.
I have a question about scalability. You use the Uber model, but if you look at Uber and how conservative they were, at least in the first couple of years, I'm wondering how you can go from 500 buses to 10,000 buses in a year and a few months.
Slide 57, please. So basically, our sales process, we have a sales process that takes us less than a month to go through. In Kenya, we have 629 cooperatives having 100 buses, at least 100 buses each. Out of this, we have identified 325 of them who are our first priority customers, and we've negotiated with 32 of them, 28 of which have said yes, and 10 of them have finished the documentation to become Magic Bus customers, each of them having at least 100 buses each. So, if, for example, to break even, we need at least 5,000 buses, which is 50 cooperatives, and it takes us less than a month to get 10 of them. Yes.
What do you worry about most when the four of you are by yourselves and you say, here's the one thing that could trip us up? What's the one you worry about the most?
Basically, we worry about network connection. When we first went to Kenya, we didn't think that we thought that network is widely available. Then in some areas, we found that the network connection is very poor, especially when you're using USSD. So we worked with the telecom company, Safaricom we were using, and then with them we were able to diagnose, we were able to show them areas where network connection were poor, and as we go along, we partner with them to mutually benefit together. Yes.
The issue of the cities, what you picked Nairobi, which is great, but if you look at how the population dynamics will look at in the world, in Africa, it's likely going to be in Lagos, in Kinshasa, and Egypt. What's your plan to do that? Because if you can get it to work in those three cities, then I can be sure that you're going to really succeed.
First, we show impacts and our metrics and convince them and win their trust, and then we scale.
Time.
Yeah.
Great. Give it up for the company. Great job, guys.